All right, we are back, huh? We're back at the Nightclub, everybody. Today we have a very special guest. Mr. DJ Chavez is with us. How are you, dude?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you, bud?
I'm great, dude. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
It's awesome, dude, because like I feel we're gonna get a lot of good skateboard talk because you've had a nice career in the skateboarding world, and then after that, Kingswell, the famous Kingswell shop that you guys opened up. You said earlier, 12 years ago.
It'll be 12 years in December.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
How's this year compared to all the other years as a skate shop owner?
I mean, realistically, every year is like triumph when you make it through.
Yeah, it's a celebration at the end of the year.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Quarter four, you get through and you're like, fuck yeah.
You know, I think that we've been through like some definitely heavier circumstances. And
you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say day one is always way gnarly.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And now having, I mean, we have the second shop in Albuquerque, New Mexico as well.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Sick.
Yeah. How long has that been open?
We opened there on our 11-year anniversary in December.
Okay.
So that's been open since December.
Wow.
And
What's the scene like out there? Is it going good over there? What's the vibe?
New Mexico rips, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm biased because obviously I'm from there.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so born and raised there, always like a prospect of like wanting to do something there, and growing up in Albuquerque skateboarding is like, I mean, I just think it's one of those places that if you know, but it's definitely like a slept on like place as far as skateboarding is concerned.
I feel like a lot of tours go through there. We go through Albuquerque,
Yeah.
for a night or a day or something like
Yeah,
that.
do a
it's an
easy stop through going like anywhere. If you're going from Phoenix to Denver, you're probably going through Albuquerque.
Sure.
You know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean it's beautiful. The scene there is insane.
Where's the location at? Is it in like downtown or is it in like?
No, we are directly in Nob Hill, which is just up from like the university campus, like the University of New Mexico campus.
Okay.
So, and it's the most walk around neighborhood
Nice.
feel. Like I centered it as close as we could get to what we have in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
that was the whole like everything's like a destination there, but
Sure.
I didn't want it to be. I wanted it to be what like in LA where we are in Los Feliz is a walk around like traffic
Totally
neighborhood.
is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys know. You guys.
Yeah.
And
But that's one of the allures also of like that area too. It's
Yeah.
like it's up and coming. It's always kind of been an up and coming hip place, you know.
Friendly, walkable neighborhood. Yeah.
well, I mean, even with the Los Feliz location, it wasn't like we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We were, like we wanted to be over there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like where we ended up being like, holy fucking shit, like
A cool scene.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to interrupt really quickly. Didn't Walt Disney have an office there or something
We
like that?
are directly in Walt Disney's first studio.
What?
That
Yeah.
your shop
Like literally is in there.
Like 100%, our shop is the very first Disney Brothers studio.
that is crazy.
That's amazing.
I thought it was like upstairs or something. I
No.
always heard that, but that was his.
Yeah.
Do you ever like hear anything like Woody Woodpecker? Do you ever like hear anything?
You're not the first person to ask me that. And I've spent multiple horrible nights there dealing with like some tri-fast shit, but no, I have never encountered Walt or a ghost of any.
Mickey
Ghost of
Mouse
Walt.
or nothing.
No.
Here's Mickey Mouse's voice.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hey DJ,
yeah.
oh shit.
Not for lack of trying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've like asked, you know what I mean?
Guy's got a Ouija board in there.
Yeah.
Trying to, no, I'm just-
Ebenezer wasn't there.
Was it the
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Is it the same location the entire time?
For the shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
That's
cool.
great.
Yeah.
That's great. When did you actually hear that it was the place at Walt Disney's like first studio? When you were getting into it, or did you find it out later?
No, so it was actually there's our space, and space next door to us is a little copy shop, and that has always been like claimed as like the first studio.
Okay.
So we were just like, signing the lease when Patrick Melcher, my business partner, was signing the lease. It was like, oh, sick! It's going to be so rad to be like next to Walt Disney's first studio. And then our landlord was like, well, he was in here too.
Wow.
And then it was like a, Google search.
Right. You start going down the rabbit hole.
And then you start going through it, and actually, fun fact is that he was never even in that space. The
coffee shop?
Yeah, like it's a like extra copy, like copies.
Oh, copies.
Yeah.
I think you said coffee.
No,
Sorry.
so it's like, but she's been there for eons,
Okay.
and has like all her Disney memorabilia. But a couple years ago, my friend Jason Filippo worked no shit for like 6 years to go into our 10-year anniversary and became like the biggest Disney nerd in the world.
Okay.
And he found a photo of Walt and his soon-to-be wife, which was one of the animators, standing out front of the original studio.
Wow.
And in the background of that photo, there's an awning, and in back of the awning is the alleyway. So it's the space next door to us.
Okay.
So, brief story is that like 4651, they were individual spots. The walls dozed between that now.
Okay.
So 4651 is also encompasses 4649.
Okay.
4651 was a real estate firm, and Walt and his brother Roy had like a small section in the back. They got the Alice Comedies was their first financial like backing.
Okay.
They moved next door into 4649, which we encompass now, and that is Disney Studios.
Wow, that's incredible. I love that story.
It's gnarly.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, I like Disney and like all like the Disneyland.
The teacups and
it's not like but I wasn't like a super fan or anything. Like it wasn't like this purposeful thing, and we just ended up.
Is this?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
So this is right out front. And there's Kingswell.
Yeah,
in the corner. Yeah.
They're standing in front of our store.
That's amazing.
JC, will you do me a favor? Will you turn the AC on, man, and get it down to about 65?
This is kind of, maybe this is for super fans out there. Does anyone show up being like, oh, this is where
I was just about to, like, do you see any, like, looky-loos?
Like, oh,
coming
this
in
is
and, like,
where I
taking
used to work.
photos, and you're like,
Every day.
No
Seriously?
way.
Every day.
every day.
Yeah.
Do you say, like, hey, you want to come in here and take a look? You got to buy something.
Yeah.
Dude, they love it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, there's fanatics. Like,
Yeah, the
Disney
historical stuff.
is fanatic. They're fanatics.
I mean, and
Fanatical.
what's insane is that we kind of embrace that history on like a DIY skate level of like we're nobody. Like we can kind of run some of these graphics and
right.
paying homage in our way.
You ever get a cease and desist, and you're like, dude, we're,
No,
we're in the office, man.
So years and years ago, I mean, this is probably like 2-3 years of us into inception. And we originally started with a small tattoo shop, and one of the artists had done like a Mickey flash page. We ended up doing like a T-shirt out of that. And then this guy came by from the Los Angeles Times and had moved into the neighborhood and he was shopping at the Gelson's. It's on Hyperion. That Gelson's location is the very first actual Disney Studios building, and they fucking dozed that whole entire thing.
Wow.
And there's just a small plaque like saying like it used to be here.
Okay.
So he wrote this whole article about like isn't this stuff like historically plaqued,
Landmarked, yeah.
and he did an interview with me. I ended up on the cover of the business section of the LA Times with this whole story. Like, no fucking shit. 3 days later, there's somebody from Disney corporate like in there.
No.
And I was like,
what did they want? Were they just
he was just cruising around. But I had a friend that had was in accounting at Disney Studios.
Oh.
So I knew what the access badges looked like, and I just called him out. I was like, "You're from Disney." And he was like, "I am. How would you know that?" And I was like, "Access badge." He's like, "How would you know that?" And I'm like, am I in trouble?
Am I in trouble?
And he was like, "Dude, if you were in trouble, I wouldn't be here."
Yeah.
So how everything transpired essentially is that they were really stoked that we were embracing the history
That's
of
awesome.
what is going on.
Okay.
And that's even furthered, like to this day. Last year, end of summer last year, we helped the city and the Disney Archives Department plaque the end of our block is Disney Square.
Great.
Shut off the street.
Okay.
Like we have the only skateboard that is from our 10-year collection that Jason Filippo did. We did like the founders board with like Walton Royce standing out front of the shop. And that's donated into the archives. The archives team has put together a tour and is actually doing we're the last stop on the tour.
Okay.
So you can go to Disney Plus and watch Mickey, the Story of a Mouse, and we have a whole section in there.
So look at this. Yeah, cool. Disney Cartoon Studio Square. I never even seen this sign. Is that sign still there?
Yeah.
I was just at your shop, 3-4 weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah, they put them up high.
You can't. Yeah, it's like a street light. But there they are, dude. There's the cutouts right here.
Yeah,
we
did. And that's going to be an annual event that we do every year.
Oh, so that's awesome.
Right. We're coming into that I think September now.
And you said that the Disney studios support that and back that, or do they, or do you guys just
they're a part of whatever we're doing, they're stoked on.
Okay.
And that's
cool.
Pretty fucking monumental.
Yeah, awesome.
Dude,
yeah, man.
Especially if you're going to be doing it yearly, it can be a yearly capsule for you guys.
Yeah, we did skate setup stuff out front. It's just community.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my whole focus of everything essentially is to just keep
community
going.
I think that's a good segue into the skate shop thing, because a lot of we're in a time right now where skate shops, I mean, they're dropping like flies, right? It's you always hear about skate shops closing and this and that, and we're just in a very difficult time. Online is huge. They say that there's 50 million skateboarders worldwide, and I don't believe that. I feel like it's under 1 million active skateboarders that actually support the industry. When I mean support the industry, I mean buying skateboard products from companies and skate shops. I'm not that. I get my stuff for free. I occasionally go into a skate shop and buy something. But you know what I mean? The people who actually are going into buying something. The biggest thing I always hear about skate shops is you got to be involved in the community if you want to survive. That's a big part of surviving for a skate shop is throwing community events and not just sitting there behind the desk waiting for somebody to walk in.
Yeah.
Right? Being proactive.
I mean, I think everybody in this room is old enough to know how we all grew up, and I would say that wasn't your first experience that you can remember that was impactful.
I vividly remember going into Rib City being scared as shit because it was dark and dingy in there, and it had skateboards everywhere, and that's where I got my first board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you remember,
I remember it.
You remember that feeling of also you already knew that was you already found skateboarding.
Yeah.
But you knew that those were that was a portal of what you wanted to be around, right?
It was something that I was enamored by, yeah.
Like,
just wanted to
and
know
going
more.
in there and the intimidation and like all that stuff, like all those feelings, you know what I mean? But like, if it didn't matter to you, then you wouldn't remember it to this day. You know what I mean? And I think that every single one of us had that experience. You know, we're a bunch of old fucking bastards in this goddamn room anyway. You know what I mean?
For yourself, DJ.
So when it really comes down to it, that was monumental in your life. You know what I mean? And you knew that like all the dudes that you knew were sick at skating, they were going in that shop.
Right.
Like there was a reason that you wanted to be in there and that you wanted to be around there. You know? And that's the importance of a core shop in any community. You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know. I would say that it's something so genuine and special that we all remember so wholeheartedly that is, I think, very forgotten in like what actual skateboarding is to this day.
Right.
You know?
Do you think that kids still feel that way walking into a skate shop?
I think that it's our job to make kids feel that way when they walk into our shops.
Yeah.
You know, there's a difference of walking into. I'm not gonna. It can be really hard for me to hold my tongue into naming specifics,
Zoomies.
but there's a difference of walking into my shop, a 35th North, a Black Sheep, a 510, a small core shop, than you're going to get from walking in to a corporate conglomerate.
Yes. Right. 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That also is, you know, relative to the way that you essentially are welcoming people into your community. Because there's a rampant dick nature of this core skateboard fucking bullshit that can kind of get lost in the beauty of welcoming somebody new into your community.
For sure. I mean, if you're a middle-aged dude being a dick to a little 10-year-old kid, you got issues, man.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's a time and a place.
for sure. Yes.
It's skateboarding.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of tough love that comes with the community.
For
You know what
sure,
I mean?
dude.
But it's like definitely not about, for me at least, everybody was so cool with was so cool, helpful, like rad with like me, my mom that was fucking paying for my shit.
Right.
Like, it's important.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, like skateboarding is going to weed out the fucking kooks no matter what. That's just what it does.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, like you're either going to be a part of it or you're, you know, quote one of my favorite little brothers in the world is Antoine Dixon forever ago said, "Get with it or get rolled over, bitch." And I'm like, straight up, you know what I mean? But like, it's our job to like give that later and give guidance in different directions. You know what I mean? But that's just like the groms that come with the shop. It's not. It's a completely different retail platform than any other business in this world.
For sure. And would you say, because like when I wasn't skating, I was at the skate shop, you know, whether it was like, I mean, my local after Rip City was like Hot Rod. Do the kids still, I mean, you're there all the time. Do the kids still hang out at the shop or are they coming? What's the vibe like nowadays, like for a skate shop in Los Angeles?
I guess it depends on how welcoming you want to run your babysitting facility. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's what
Right.
it can be for sure.
Yes. And how welcoming, I mean, I would assume you guys, I mean, pro skateboarders
Daycare
turn
center.
into
It-
owners. Like,
it's not your it's like I said, it's very untraditional as a retail market.
Yeah.
Like most people go into a store to buy a product to leave with the product that they're given. And we're there to welcome you in and sit there and watch you lurk.
But
We had
I was just gonna say, like, a lot of things that we grew up with, like, you went in there because of video, to see a magazine, whatever. Like, what drives kids into those shops now? Do you feel like when they go in there, what are they doing? Like, instead of just lurking,
the exact same shit that we were all doing the whole entire time, lurking.
yeah.
Like going in, like to it's your place.
Yeah.
And I started going to the shop. I think that we all have that same type of story. It's like you're a dipshit kid. You go in, and you're like, and finally like become like
part of the crew.
You know, a little you're like, oh, my foot's in the door. You know, and I remember for me it was like that. You lurk for so long, and then you know it's like, still have this to this day. I'm like, lurk time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, like 2 hours, dude. It's like, go.
Yeah.
Go skate.
Wait,
Go-
do you have
go do something.
do you have like a TV on the wall to like keep them in there, or do you kind of like don't do that? too
No,
much?
we have a TV. Patrick actually is so insistent of us not playing videos in the LA store specifically.
Right.
Because we are surrounded by schools. So that
Understandable.
You know, that lurk time, and the shop is so, like, the demographic of the shop is so small that you got, like, I can't have 20 Groms like
Oh, yeah.
sweating, smelling, just
Watching
sitting
the
there
TV, yeah,
watching the video. So
Yeah.
we just actively run a reel of
yeah.
like mug shots from our photo wall. You know what I mean? So it's not like entertaining in any way, shape, or form. But for me, I would go to the shop. Like that was like you go, you're gonna kick it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get kicked out probably for
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Then you're gonna like come back like,
Go skate a
you know,
spot.
like they said,
yeah.
2 hours. We're going back in 2 hours. It's like been 2 hours. So you kind of run that same dynamic. For me, it was like I walked in. I would go into the shop, and then like when I got on the team, remember like that was like the goal is like this is such a lost art. You know, it's like that. The way that you came up was by getting down with the shop was like your first sponsor,
Right, for
You
sure.
know, so I remember when I got on the team, I was like, I'm on the team, dude.
Yeah.
You can't kick me
What
out.
was your local? What was your local shop that you got sponsored by?
The Beach Zone in
Beach
Albuquerque,
Zone.
New Mexico.
Here's another thought though too, and I'm just like thinking about things right now. Is like, well, I used to go to the skate shop to meet up with my friends. B, there wasn't any skate parks in LA when I was kind of growing up. Maybe there was like a few popping up, but there wasn't any place to go like conjugate, right? Like we couldn't go skate. The courthouse was a weekend spot. Like there was a few weekday spots, but it was really like to go meet up and hang out with the friends. Obviously we didn't have cell phones. We would, what I'm trying to say is like nowadays the kids have so many options of meeting up at the skate park or just calling their friends. Where
Yeah.
are you? I'm over here. I'm over here. Like there's so many places they can meet up besides the skate shop, right? It's like they don't need to go to a skate shop. And we were also talking to Nate Sherwood, who owns a skate shop in Edge of Skate.
Yeah.
in where the fuck is he?
In Iowa?
Iowa.
Yeah.
But he was saying too, like people buy stuff online and then come into the shop and wanting to set it up in the shop, you know? Like
Yeah.
there's so many different like factors of like, you know what I mean? Like how do you deal with that kind of stuff? Like
Yeah, do you charge a setup fee?
Nate Sherwood charges a $10 setup fee.
I mean, I think it's bullshit, you know,
Yeah.
like that. I I think there's a lot of bullshit out there. We'll touch on these subject matters in a little bit here for sure. But when it no, like I'm not. It's got to be for me. No, I'm not. I totally disagree.
Okay.
I think that's polarizing and alienating to like. I don't know why you bought what you bought from where you bought it in the first place.
Yeah.
And that you obviously have no grasp on how to set whatever you got
Right.
from the internet. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna be a dick about it, like to a kid.
Yeah.
That is coming in
Potential customer down the line.
That's my job to go through and be as kind and as caring as I possibly can.
Yeah.
To set that board up.
Yeah.
Because I know that you don't fucking know shit.
Don't a lot of people buy a board online, then buy grip tape from you, and then like set up the board at the shop?
Let's put this in perspective. If you're a mom coming in with your kid, then you bought all this stuff online.
Yeah.
Because this is the world that we live in.
Yeah.
You know, my kid wants to get into skateboarding. I'm going to go and search it. You bought it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a dick about you, like coming in with all this stuff and not knowing anything about it because you're actively trying to be a part of our community, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just me being like one of those fucking dicks that like fuck you, grip it yourself, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what? Like, how welcoming and how, like, what's your first interpretation of skateboarding when that happens to you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you embrace it.
But if you're a 45-year-old dude and I have the same deck on the wall, or you came in with fucking, look at all these blank boards that I bought. I just need grip.
Right.
I got such a good deal on it.
Can you grip it for me?
And I'm like, you should have bought grip from them.
Right.
There's
there's a sliding scale.
Pick and choose your battles. But
sure.
when you're actively knowing that you're undercutting me, and telling me about it,
right,
or you're a brand new consumer that just is trying to get because you didn't know, you know what I mean? I'm there, and in all honesty, even the fucking 45-year-old asshole that fucking should know better that he should be buying fucking from the shop.
Yeah.
I'll probably still grip your board.
Right.
It's like
maybe you'll do it a little uneven or something.
I might.
You know?
I'm
air bubbles on it.
Yeah, leave a couple air bubbles.
I might tell you about it a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, and that also. I mean that's
it's probably
something.
Like the mood you're into that day.
No, you gotta leave all my variables off the table.
Yeah.
Like it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know, and also you gotta remember in this world that you never know who you're talking to.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
So
yeah.
true.
It's very important to remember that, you know, that like
could be Walt Disney.
It could be anybody.
Right.
Walt Disney's daughter.
Yeah.
It could be, and we live in a city that it could be anybody.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of people, like famous people walking in?
We've had some heavies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But same goes with that. It's like, I don't know, not there to like, unless it's like going to be engaging or something like that. Mm-hmm. That like where it's like you're like down. Like I'm not going to blow you up. Like,
Yeah.
No,
like,
for sure.
I've had some gnarly encounters in that space,
really?
And met some really, really amazing people. You know what I mean?
Who we talking about?
We're not going to.
Yeah,
name
you can't
names.
do that. You can't
No,
do that.
I mean I will.
You can't talk about people coming in the store.
I will say one of my absolute favorites that buys all his socks from me and is like a super fucking amazing person to talk to is Keith Morris. Black Flag, ever heard of it? You know?
Yeah.
Circle Jerks lead singer, you know? That dude rolls in.
That's awesome.
What about why the socks?
That's he loves. He just buys the socks for me. Like,
What socks are they?
any he just loves. This, he just comes and buys socks.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, he's it's hilarious because he's one of those people that like is obviously a super curmudgeon, but is like so warm and like rad with me, and then somebody's all, "Hey, dude, can I get a photo?" He's like, like
What is it like? How do you think skating is right now with like selling boards? Just boards. Like, do you guys sell a lot of boards at your shop, or who's coming in and buying those boards? Is it little kids? Like, I want to get a grasp on like the daily skate shop sale.
I would say that, obviously we have new kids.
Okay.
That's like coming in to get a complete
Their first
for
board.
their
Yep.
First time.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, and you steer them towards a chocolate Chris Roberts board. I love it.
100%.
Okay.
That's why you're number one in sales at the shop. No, I mean,
I'm sure it ranges from a lot, but
we have the dudes that like fuck with us and always have.
Yeah.
That are, everyday skateboarding people that
Sure.
like come and buy stuff, support, like,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, awesome. And then the new kids getting into it, Albuquerque's a completely different beast. You know?
What's a comparison with the Albuquerque? Because sometimes in LA, I always make the joke like you can't even give a kid a sticker in LA.
Yeah.
That's how much free shit they get, and how kind of just like I don't need whatever. I get all the shit I need. Like I don't need. I don't need a sticker.
There, it's they're buying boards. Like,
Yeah.
they're stoked. Like they're just like. It's also like it's so new, and we have access to everything,
Yeah.
as far as an industry is concerned, because, a lot of people don't sell to people, and there's all the different hierarchies and variables of whatever. And we're lucky, and we're lucky enough to have amazing relationships with.
Are you talking about the like the distance between shops and different accounts?
I mean,
Or what do you
when it
talk-
comes?
like-
No, when it just comes down to like like
What you're stocking?
there's some very cool brands out there
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like just don't sell to everybody.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you,
But you
are-
guys have access.
Yeah.
What's
I
that?
said, but you guys have access in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, we've been dealing with like a lot of the same people for
Right.
a long time. You know what I mean? And then there's like, there's legacy brands, and but we have everything there.
Yeah.
And they're just like, so they're stoked because they can actually, it's not like a little baby body shop where it's like you walk in and it's like there's 10, 15 boards on the wall.
Right.
It's like we're stocked.
Going back to what Chris was saying, is there other like local like shops in that area, or is there, that you're,
Yeah, like in
would
relation.
affect in that sense?
So
Yeah. Closest shop in LA to you, closest shop in Albuquerque to you.
we grew up on, you guys know how that used to work, was like that, like
Give me some distance.
everybody had to be spaced out.
Yeah.
That was also like created beefs and,
Well, it's like this
cliques
shop
and-
over here was too close to this shop. This shop already had
Couldn't
like a
get
World
this.
Industries account, so then they couldn't get a World
Yeah.
Industries account. Like it was a
So, I'll bring it down to, so
that doesn't exist anymore, is what you're saying.
in Albuquerque, the only person that's there is Ray Chavez, and he has Microwave, and he's in downtown.
That's
And
another shop.
and that's
What are the chances two Chavez's, man, in the same?
look up if there was a phone book still in Albuquerque. It's Chavez.
Got 80 pages of Chavez's. Yeah. Okay.
But so Ray has Microwave. That's our homie.
Mm-hmm.
We are, and going into this project was to never cannibalize
Right.
what he had existing.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other little baby bodies out there. The only thing that would have been a factor for me going into New Mexico and would have been Filter skateboards. Filter was ran by Noah, who is my GM for the shop now.
Okay.
He crushed it for 7 years proper. And I try to guide in any way, shape, or possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually we looking at expansion a couple years ago. Patrick and I, what are we going to do here? Like, throw a rock. There's something. You know what I mean?
Sure. In LA. Yeah.
So when Noah decided to shut his doors, and we had already been talking about potentially trying to collaborate together, that was my only concern ever. And New Mexico is like that. We deal in heavy respect for our city and our community.
Why
So
is it-
I would have never, ever tried to go in
Yeah.
and open anything, even though he was actively fighting to get, after 7 years, still trying to fight to get like accounts in. Like
What happened?
this.
Why did he shut his shop down? Because you're shutting a shop down and opening it in the same area.
So he ran into a series of unfortunate life shit.
Okay.
And he just turned 30.
Sometimes it's rent. I
mean,
hear
so-
about the buildings just raising.
No,
rent
and
like
there
crazy.
it was
No.
it was
Okay.
just it was an accumulation of events that, and he just turned 30.
Okay.
So through his whole 20s, I can vouch for all of us, while we all fucked off our whole entire 20s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was cultivating a scene, and he is the most special fucking person in the world. He's
So he's running your shop.
yeah. And then when that went down, I just got on the phone with him, and I was like, dude, like,
Let's go.
what are you doing? And he was working construction.
Oh.
And I was like, do you like working construction?
Yeah.
And he was like, not particularly. And already looking at expansion, it just made so much sense. And I already knew that the Albuquerque store would not work without him.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's that special of an individual.
I love
like
that.
it's such a core community of skateboarding there. Everybody loves him, everybody trusts him, and he was already doing it. And we were able to bring everything that he was actively fighting for in that small town,
Yeah.
being slept the fuck on by all of these brands. And we already had those relationships, so we were able to just
Beautiful. Slip right in.
go straight to it.
Push play.
Yeah, and he was like in the nosebleeds of
Oh, wow.
fucking Albuquerque, like in nowhere.
See, that's the thing is like, how does a skate shop in nowhere land like survive? How do they make it? How do they, it seems like you're saying like he didn't have the capabilities of getting these accounts to like make the skate shop thrive. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, again, not trying to badmouth in any way, shape, or form, but this is like, you know, our industry has it's a heavy problem of advocating for core, but actively not progressing it.
Yeah.
And that's across the board. So I would say that anybody that's trying to do things is actively fighting an uphill battle in some way, shape, or form against, like, I mean, you know, it's like, if the only thing, you know, it's like imagine trying to compete with the mall shop
Yeah.
when it's like the only thing in like this small town, because it might be deactivated like in every major city as far as a mall aspect is concerned. But some of these little towns in the middle of nowhere, they still have, like, the mall is still cool, and like these are the places to go. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you can't actively, like, how you can't open your shop and give discounts and do all these little things. You know what I mean? Like, without like having, like, we're fortunate to have industry ties. We're fortunate to be able to, you know, do what we do, but
Right.
it's a major uphill battle for a lot of these people that are like, you know, like, no, like 7 years of like trying to build in. And there's lots of different layers of how the shoe companies work. You know, it's like hard goods is its own market. You know, it's like
Right.
you're getting yourself into what you pay for with hard goods. Like there's no like, hey, this board didn't work. Can I get a, you know, well, you think I can return it? Like, no, that doesn't happen.
It's 8.5 is not
But
really.
you know, and you know, you're dealing with like footwear brand, like
Yeah.
where it's like, hey, think I could, you know, it's like we killed it with 80% of the product, but like now this is like, you know, 5 seasons old. Like we get some love on that, you know, like
Yeah, but what does a shoe company like? How does the shoe company? Shoes are hard. That to me is a whole different ball game. You know, like we've talked about now. There's a very few. It used to be all skater owned.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's like very few. Even you know Soltech is.
I mean,
now
it's still skater owned.
still skater owned, but
it's
under a conglomerate now, which is Nidecker, right? They're big company, but it's not in the in the hands of. But I don't know. I don't know how that like translates to the skate shops, but
it's there's things that can be done.
yeah,
That, you know, I'll put it in like this. It's like this small shop actively fighting to try and get like, you know, like knowing that they need footwear in. Like
Yeah.
this,
Right.
It's part of the project. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Completely different scenario of when everything was operated from a skateboard platform and everything was slowly released. So everything that was going to hit your shelves was definitely probably going to like, it's like, oh, we're getting like, are you getting the new Muscas? Like, yeah. You know, like
that's the thing is that back in the day, the skate shops used to dictate the product, right?
Exactly.
The skate shops used to dictate what shoes are coming in, what everybody's going to be wearing in that scene. The skate shops were dictating who's turning pro. Mm-hmm. Hey, the kids are asking for this. And when I say the skate shops, but it's like the kids are coming in asking for that board. And now the skate shops go to the company. Hey, everybody's asking for that. You know, Robert's board.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you got to turn the Sky Pro now. You know, that's how it used to be. But I feel like now the shops are not. They're not that like. The shops are playing catch up now.
it's a completely different marketplace when it comes down to the way that we grew up in skateboarding.
Yeah. Right.
As opposed to what we're dealing with now, you know? So when you're actively like this small shop and you finally get like, you know, one of these, it's all big footwear. And I'm not like, don't like take me, I don't want this taken in a different light because I mean, in this industry and how much fucking shit is fucked right now, like the footwear companies kind of have all of our fucking backs. Not everybody can get this stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, but
Would it be like exclusive type things?
no,
Or is
I
it-
mean just the brands themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's not easy to attain these accounts. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's also could fuck your whole operation up because
Totally.
with it sounds like a dream to get this stuff in your shop until you realize that it didn't work.
Right.
And how many, like, it's one thing to buy a baker's dozen of boards.
Yeah.
Put the numbers into shoes. 12 pairs of shoes cost a fuckload of money.
Yeah.
Spending,
It's a little
as opposed to
different
spending,
sizes.
as opposed to spending hundreds of dollars, you're spending thousands of dollars,
Right.
and that will sink you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I guess, you know, what it really comes down to is like these small shops are like these. I'll just take up like little baby body shops
Okay.
trying to like come up and build their presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're never gonna have the buying power of the mall shop
Sure.
ever.
Right.
Besides the fact that those conglomerates are also getting kickback percentages on their buys because they buy so heavy.
Would you say that the majority of kids that go into a skate shop are buying footwear?
I think it's across the board.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, everybody. It's like everybody's looking for
apparel and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's such a different marketplace as far as like business is concerned, because it's like it used to be like you went to the skate shop to get boards. You know.
Yeah.
And
Boards
then
and
like,
shirts.
and then footwear came into the mix, and like, and that was all shit that was like in there. We also grew up in a generation of that. There was 2-3 mags a month,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and maybe 2-3 videos a year.
Yep.
You know, everything was dictated around this. Like everything new that you were going to see was in that store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you knew what that was coming in hot, because it was like, and all of it was delivered from skateboarding. We live in a completely different environment with that now.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, it's really hard for you know, not everybody's going to get these bigger footwear accounts. Those are actively hard
It takes time
to
for
get.
sure.
You know, and that's like, and it's also working your ass off. Like, I work my ass off to do what we do.
Right.
You know,
You gotta prove yourself.
I'm excessively appreciative for every single person that every brand, everybody that we deal with in the store, especially like when it could be the smallest DIY board company to the biggest footwear conglomerate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy to be a part of it and running those relationships. But where all of my dictation comes from with everything that I do is everything that I've learned from this industry.
Yeah.
And I'm not scared of any of them at all. I'm not scared to fucking call people out. I'm not scared to talk shit. You know what I mean? It's important that they know where we come from and where they stand at the table. You know what I mean?
Right.
I say it all the time. It's like, it might hurt, but ain't one of you motherfuckers going to put me out of business just because you think you can. You know what I mean?
Do you actively talk to the companies? Because I know probably you deal with like a lot of the sales people, right? Or
I try and be as proactive across every stream of a brand as I possibly can.
Yeah.
It's actually been like the trade shows collapsed. Agenda was the last thing. When everybody pulled out of that, it actually was great, because all of the footwear brands
yeah.
just started bringing all of us as shops to them to do these summits. And by doing that, instead of getting 45 minutes of my time at a trade show, we're there for days.
Yeah, but that's a shoe brand,
Talking.
right?
Yeah.
And here's a question that I have too, thinking about the trade shows, because I think trade shows are integral in skateboarding, getting together and talking as like a community, owners getting together. There's not that. They're kind of popping up again, but how is it for the skate shops going to those trade shows? Because the whole idea of the trade show is for the shops to come in, place their orders for the new year, and then have this like symbiotic relationship, you know? Like how was that for you guys going into these trade shows, and was that working?
I mean, the era of trade shows that we grew up on
yeah,
was
ASR, baby.
important.
Yes.
Like it was 2 times a year, like, and it was like, especially being from New Mexico, it's like, get to go to California, like sick, you know?
Yeah.
And coming up from a like shop grom to shop team rider to working at the shop, because I worked in the shop before I ever moved to, like, I was a full-time buyer, manager, like I worked my ass off for my shop, you know, and flying out to the shows, it was like, cool, a full run of meetings, like, okay, we got to be there, we got to be there, we got to be there.
And you guys would pay, the shop would pay for the flights, pay for the hotels, everything.
We went out, and that was like, because that was a buying season,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
Products were delivered, and like, and back then it was like everything that you were seeing was going to be made.
Yeah.
So you were just like, oh my God,
Right.
Look at all like the new stuff.
So that was a good thing for the skate shops. Going in, seeing everything, buying for that season.
There was no brand boom. There was no pre-books. There was no, you know what I mean? Like you were buying, like you were seeing the product that was going to be made, and you were going to order what you thought your shop was going to be able to attain.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then that's good for the company because the company can then forecast all the stuff that they're going to be made and the money they're going to make.
Yeah. And then you forward progress the trajectory of the industry, and then, you know, online, all the different variables that sit into the equations. Right. Yeah. And then you end up with like just everybody at the convention center, like drinking fucking beers and partying.
Right,
like it's really what it ended.
But you did get work done and like
in menial factors, you know what I mean? But when you like, so you take all the people that are like, look at it as a company standpoint.
Yeah. Take
all these people that you're getting 45 minutes of their time, and you're spending $500,000 to do this show. Yeah. You can take a fraction of that and fly everybody to your city, and everybody can sit in a room, and everybody can actually have real relevant conversations about what the brand is doing, seeing the new product. And so, and that happened, and that is what we do now.
Right. Well, before that too, there was like the trade shows were getting so expensive to have a booth there. It was like $10,000 to have a space for 2 days that everybody just started renting the hotel rooms and having all their shit in the hotel rooms and not having a booth, and everybody would come to the hotel. And then it got to the point where, remember, Girl would have the open house, and then everybody would come to the open house.
And I mean, and remember though, it's back in the days of that shit, is that it was a hard goods market.
Everybody was booming.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like footwear, you went and saw like, okay, we buy shoes from Soltech, and we buy shoes from like there were like 3 meetings.
Yeah.
Globe, like what, you know, like there was only this much footwear, like, and then it was like we're going to Krell, we're going to Deluxe, we're going to like, you know, it's like getting stickers. Like it was a hard goods driven market. Yeah. Minimal in clothing, like hard goods have shrunk to this big.
Why is that though? They're saying there's more skaters than ever right now, which I don't believe. But now, how come all the hard goods aren't selling?
I mean, if you want to get really into that, like I said before, is that I have a lot of things that I could fucking bitch about, but when it comes down to like a hard goods market standpoint for me right now, is that hard goods market is actively cannibalizing skate shops.
How?
Online.
Okay.
Straight the fuck up.
So, devil's advocate here, right? As the skateboarding industry is going down, selling wholesale is, you get less money. If you're selling direct to consumer, obviously you get a bigger margin and you can thrive a little bit better. The company can, right? So how, as a company, do you not do that? How do you like say, okay, we're not going to sell online, which we're an online.
It sounds like I think the whole industry has to do that, what you're saying, basically. Because if one company stops doing that because they want to save the skate shop, then the people, they can still go buy a board somewhere else online.
Yeah, and here's another thing, DJ, is like, yes, maybe if all the companies stop that, but then there's also the aspect of like, you know, all the other there's just so many board brands. There's a lot of board brands now. We can all make a company right now, order 50 boards and go to our local shops and put our buddies' names on it, go sell it to all our friends. So there's that aspect too, is like skate shops are, I think, you know, oversaturated with boards, and they're the little kids are making their own boards and just selling them to their homies or the skate shop. So
I get your point, but I think
Yeah.
that there's a way to somewhat fix it, and by having
How?
like somewhat of
Well-
a segmentation where you could only get it at the skate shop and then you could only get this online.
right.
That's a small fix, but I think there's ways you can maneuver around it, or you got to worry about. And it sucks to do this. You can't do this with every core skate shop, but you do special project with them. You know what I mean? There's certain ways to kind of fix certain things. Obviously, it's not going to fix everything, but I think everybody has to eat these days.
You got to get
So,
everybody on board.
of course,
Right? That's the thing.
And having agendas and having those trade shows that we spoke about, like those were very, very helpful. I get the concept what Nike does and bringing or Adidas or bringing out everybody that supports them and wants them to win. That's fucking great. But like, their smaller companies can't do that shit,
Right.
unless you're trying to do something like a girl and have an open house where you can bring the guys in and they want to come help and support what they've been doing as a legacy brand for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's certain ways that you can fix these things, but everybody has to be on board.
And the bigger companies too that used to be on top are now scratching the bottom.
And
You
they
know,
have
they don't
to-
have they don't have any money,
And they have
right?
to figure out how to maneuver. And I get where you're coming from, but these companies have to figure out how to fucking live out here.
How do we do?
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
how do
but
we?
exactly.
How do we go about? How do the companies and the skate shops get best of both worlds?
Yeah.
Right? How does it work? How do we do this?
I
We have
know,
to solve it right now.
I feel like I feel like we should just send Jaron out into the world and just let everybody.
I think that there's
No.
a couple
Yes,
things right
yeah.
there.
I don't know if I need to be here.
Yeah,
anymore.
No, but
like, I
because
think he nailed it.
The thing is like I think we're all on the same page. We understand
Totally.
the concept of it, but like, how do we as an industry get to that point, right? How do we get there? You know, how do we help the skate shops and vice versa? You know,
I'll
because
take
the
it-
skate shop's got to help the company also.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I think overall we want the skate
Hey
shop
guys,
to win.
can you let him talk?
We
Let
want
him
them-
talk.
we
Please
want
let
them
him
to win.
talk.
I'll take it. Let me take it back on my listening ears. Is that how the fuck did we get here? How are we in this predicament in skateboarding? Alleviate all of the big dollar value of footwear and all this other bullshit that's fucking out there. Okay? How did skateboarding become against the skate shop? That's the bigger picture that we're looking at right now, from my standpoint.
I think money drying up leads to people taking different steps.
I understand.
Right.
But this is also...
And again, I'm just devil's advocate, trying to like see both sides of the.
I mean, and I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that shit doesn't make any fucking sense for any of us that are struggling at the fucking shop.
Right.
Because
Right.
what people... Here's the thing. Okay. So skateboarding was started with skateboards. There wasn't fucking footwear.
Nope.
There wasn't apparel.
Nope.
So let's take that shit fucking completely out of the equation. So the skate shops helped build these distributions for skateboarding,
Right.
right? For a hard goods market.
Yep.
Why, as skate shops, am I competing with my distributions?
Yeah. Right.
That's fucking brass tacks. Why the fuck are we competing against the distributions that are supplying the products that we carry in the shop? Remember that the shop is the end of the fucking line for products.
Yeah.
You're making products. Where are they supposed to be sold at?
Right. At the
My
shops.
shop.
Yeah. Right.
Right?
Right.
So why the fuck am I competing with you? Why are all of us as core shops fucking getting product in and then watching you do a fucking flash fire sale? Why am I going on Instagram and seeing your distribution paying for ads that are going direct to your online store?
Right.
Why are you doing? Why are any of the? Why are board manufacturers letting direct consumer buy blank boards,
50 boards, minimum.
while we have boards being printed right next to them? The fuck is your problem?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Those are valid
for sure.
concerns, for sure.
So
For sure.
So that's really this is a big fucking picture, and there's a lot of people that have heard our voices. I will say this is what talking about this as a retail industry that is completely different from any other retail industry in the fucking world is that every other retail industry is competing against their competitor.
Mm-hmm.
While I embrace all of the people that we as a community embrace if you're going to drive across this country, where's the first place that you're going to stop when you don't know where you're going in a city as a skateboarder? Where are you going to go? You're going to go to
The skate shop.
this fucking skate shop.
Yeah.
Or nowadays it's the skate park.
And we all, because of the trade shows being gone, all of us getting together, is that it's just made all of us way tighter.
Mm-hmm.
We promote each other. We support each other.
Yeah.
But what all of us collectively are fighting against is our own industry cannibalizing our marketplace.
Right.
Flash fire sales, fucking like shit that we cannot get, free shipping. Like as small shops, when it's buy at $75, free shipping,
Mm-hmm.
that's not even a fucking deck, dude.
Right.
And it costs us $15 to ship everything. That's every single shop around there's just no way around that.
Yeah.
So why are we supporting your brands
Right.
when you're actively going against everything after the fact? You know what I mean? It's like boards are being delivered and people are putting the shit on sale. You know what I mean? Like the hard goods market is a fucked up place. And a lot of people are doing it right. I'll go straight out on a limb. I'm not going to, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to fucking name a bunch of names. But I will say that Jim T at Deluxe has our fucking backs.
They don't do online.
They do not do online.
Right.
Anybody wants to counter it and says that, well, they have Deluxe SF.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fucking shop.
Right.
You can't go as a fucking consumer and go on Deluxe and buy products directly from their fucking warehouse.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah.
Jim does not let that shit fucking go down. That's a lot of fucking money being lost to the homie.
Yeah.
Right? So when we talk about money, it's like skateboarding came from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't money. We all lucked out in the positions that we were in the first place. The early 90s through the 2000s, the hard goods market made money, but it didn't make a lot. There wasn't like rampant money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what it really does come down to is that like those things are wrong. Like asking us to buy your products and then like running Instagram ads, like it shows up in our feed because of the algorithm.
For sure.
Like that's, and like we have to see it. You know, like, so you want us to support like your distribution and all your products out of that distribution, but you're actively over here trying to get everybody to just come straight to you, which I want to definitely touch on is like kids that are buying products. I want all of you to know, like straight the fuck up, I want you guys to know that it's every purchase that you make that is not in the skate shop
Yeah.
is actively working against all of our skate shops. You're actively pulling dollars away from course skateboarding.
Can I? Again, a
Sorry, I got
question like
heated.
no. I love it because I think you need to get heated because
Passion.
I think there's a lot of stuff that we need to unpack here, and it's interesting because like, how did we get here? Right, that's a question you had earlier. Like, let's reverse engineer it, right? And I think, back in our day, there was the top companies. There was Girl and Chocolate and the World Industries and the Zeros and the all the money that and they would sell to all the skate shops around the world, and all the money is being funneled back into those companies, and that would pay for everybody's rent, and that would pay for the skateboarders' salaries and the board sales, and like all that money being funneled up there was thriving, right? But then we come into an era, and I always go back to this, but I think that's a major problem, is we go back to the era of it's a Me Too business now, and everybody has a skateboard company. Everybody's buying $50, 50 blank boards or 50 boards with their graphics on them, and then going to their local shop. And guess what? Those local skaters are going to support their homie that bought 50 boards out of the wood manufacturers. Now, my thought is like, okay, we have all the thousands of companies. I don't even care if they have a trademark or not. They've got if they're selling some shit to their friends or whatever, they're a company, right? If the minimum was 500 boards, that means the biggest companies in skateboarding would be buying those skateboards because they'd be ordering boards. The kid now in Missouri can't order 50 boards. He has to order 500, which I don't even think the 9 Club would order 500 boards. I don't think we can get rid of 500 boards. We sell some boards. We order boards and do our thing too. But
Why do you think? Why do you think they lowered it then?
to 50?
Yeah.
I don't know. But where I was going with that was like,
Because they weren't getting those 500 minimums.
but see where I'm going with that is like, now if across the board, the skateboard companies would be technically ordering more skateboards because now all the other people are being pushed out, right? So now all the other thousands of companies that buy 50 boards, the skate shops are like, okay, well, now we need boards. So Girl and Chocolate would be ordering more boards. Zero would be ordering more boards. Everybody would be ordering more boards, right? And then that would then again funnel the money up into the bigger brands,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, listen, everybody should be an entrepreneur. I love entrepreneurship, and you should go after that, and if you want to start a company, start one, but I think there should be a more of a entry fee, you know what I mean? Like not an entry fee, but like if you're going to start a business, let's start a business.
You're talking about regulation.
Yeah, you're talking about regulating the skate industry.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's a perfect fucking I get that. And
Right.
I love that.
Right. It's
You
just
know
an
what I mean?
idea.
No, I
It's
love,
just an idea.
I love that. Like that. I don't want to sound like a dick.
Go ahead, sound like a
and I love don't take me wrong if you're like my homie, but like the last thing I need is you to get dropped from your fucking board sponsor and start your own fucking company
It happens all the time.
and get fucking mad at me that I'm not going to fucking bring you your board. All right?
That's so dumb.
Companies should be fucking special. They should be curated and they should be thought out and they should be fucking team based like old skateboarding
Straight up.
Yeah.
always used to be.
Straight up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's touching on what you're saying is that it should be, if you're going to fucking go for it, then it should be a fucking go for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It shouldn't be so readily available and it shouldn't be so proactively accessible as you're saying.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that we're speaking on the same terms. It's like, like I said, there's fucking so many brands
Yeah.
in this marketplace.
Right.
But brands used to be when a new board company would pop up when we were growing up, like it was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
There was some
Oh,
thought
it's-
behind it, like you were saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Like
But
it was like,
yeah.
holy shit. You know what I mean? It was very rare when we were growing up
Yeah.
to see a new board company.
Right.
And when it was coming out, it was like, oh shit. Like,
It was big riders going to it too. It wasn't like a big company with no one you never
It was
knew.
also a big writer starting that company
Exactly,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. And
even
attracting.
I mean, you think of like the Illuminatis and Zoo Yorks and like just like, you know, like the rampant nature of like, you know, it's like even when in New Mexico, we all tried to start like they all started like we started a small board company.
Yeah.
The buy-in for that was 250 boards.
There
that
you
was
go.
like the minimum.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was blanks. Like,
Yeah.
didn't even print them.
Right.
It's like
Right.
everybody's spray painting shit. You know what I mean?
But that's
like,
discouraging right out the gate.
you know, like, but it's hard work pays off.
True.
Well, there's a way to
True.
get there,
Very
right? There's
true.
a way to get to that 250 boards, not just like, oh, I'm going to buy 50 boards. That 50 boards is easy. You
Yeah.
know, I'm going to go buy 50 boards and go sell them out of my trunk.
I
you
mean,
know?
I think of it like, I think of the, you know, I started skating in '85. I've been around long enough to watch skateboarding die twice. But from the ashes of it, it was like, girl,
Yeah. World Industries.
you know, like watching Rick and Mike just fucking go like, look at what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Remember my mom being like, tripping on me, being like, you want a what board? Like,
Right.
it's a girl. Like, you're not supposed to write. I'm like, no, it's a
Girl
it's
bathroom.
fucking girl.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
like everything that was coming out was so new and so special, and it was so
Look when Plan B came out.
like it had
Plan
an
B came out.
identity.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Special. I mean, Julio De La Cruz was on our show. He said something that stuck with me. And he's like, if you're selling 200 boards as a pro, like you ain't a pro, you need to get the fuck out of here, you know? But I laugh, but it's kind of true though. You know what I mean? Like,
What do you? I'm just gonna like. What do you think happened in this the wood shops that brought it down to 50? Something had to happen then that they had to bring the minimum down. Yeah, exactly.
Money.
They needed money. Why do you think they did that?
Because they
could.
are manufacturers.
Do you think they think they needed more money, or they were just greedy, or do you think they like, oh,
Why-
we're not making money,
No,
we need
they,
money?
they needed to adjust.
Why
That
would
was
they?
it.
Yeah.
They needed to adjust
Exactly.
their
Okay.
business.
The same question that can be asked is why would you, as like one of the fucking most quality wood shops in the fucking skateboard industry, legacy shit, doing business with some of the biggest fucking players out there, why would you let any random kid buy 10 boards for $200?
Yeah, that's wild, right?
Yeah.
Like, why?
the bigger companies should have been like, whoa, you can't do this. We need to have like kind of an exclusivity, you know?
But why in the first place? Like, is there not like you don't have enough
Right. Yeah, I think they
from
No.
what
No, they had to trying to find different ways to make more money
you know?
for themselves.
Is it just to make more money, or is it just to survive?
To
though?
survive, to adjust.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I
It's
think
like
it's both.
to
To survive, but to make money. I mean, to make like, you know, because like, listen, why not?
totally.
Why not open that door?
It's
You
also,
know?
I mean, realistically, you think of it like a direct consumer market, like you brought up earlier. It's like we're not going to get rid of everybody's online stores. Like,
Right.
I understand that. You know what I mean? But you as a consumer should remember that when you don't go buy whatever pro board from my store at full price and you're buying it online, well, they just made triple margin.
Right.
And I'll just be the one that fucking says it, is that hard goods don't make fucking money.
Yeah.
We make, as skate shops, peanuts on top of what we pay for a skateboard.
And so does the company, though, too, right? I mean, the price of wood has gone up, but skateboards have relatively stayed the same price. You know, there's been there's been an increase a little bit, but
Yeah, but knowing a manufacturer standpoint and as a board manufacturer, you're still definitely getting a little.
how much do you make on a board?
Say
45-50%.
If you
no, like I would say an average pro board, I probably profit all of us probably profit $13.
Because like in the clothing world,
$13.
in the clothing world,
let that resonate.
in the clothing world, if you buy something for like a shirt, say you buy a shirt, the company sells it to you for 10.
2-point margin.
You mark it up. You're making
Every other marketplace
Right.
besides
skateboarding.
Besides
skateboards.
skateboarding.
Right. Now, the funny thing is that every time we bring up the cost of a skateboard, our comment section goes crazy. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't paying $200 for a board. They want it like cheaper, you know? Like skateboarders, I think, are very sensitive when it comes to like the price of a skateboard, you know?
Well, $2 is extreme if you're like if it's just like a board you're about to go skate, but if it's a different type of board.
Oh, I'm just saying, like,
or
you know,
you're
instead of
using
paying
reference.
$60 for a board, if the boards were 75, like that's a big price hike, you know, and everybody's like, fuck that, I'm not going to pay that, you know, But look where we are, you know, like you're making $13 for a board that takes a lot of shelf space in a skate shop. I mean, we're talking a whole fucking wall, you know?
break down the rest of it is like, you know how much money you have to spend in weight and shipping on boards?
Yeah, right.
Just like the backbone of this whole thing that we're doing
Yeah.
is the skateboard.
Yeah. And that skateboard is giving that pro skateboarder a job, you know, and like they need to get paid. They're getting $2 for every board that they sell, you know, which, yeah, you sell 200 boards, you're getting $400. Like
Yeah.
you're not living any type of lifestyle with that money. I'm sorry. If you're a 16-year-old kid, cool. But once you develop a life and start to live, you know, a certain, you know, to survive,
No.
that ain't cutting it.
No, I mean, but you know, I worked. I was homeless when I was 13. I worked my ass off to get where I went. But when Greg Carroll called me, wanted me to come out to California, I was full time making a fucking decent salary
Yeah.
at the skate shop, working my ass off in New Mexico. And the allure of it was, it's like, I traded that for $500 and a fucking couch to stay on.
Right.
My early 20s. Fucking regret a fucking decision I made it at all. Like, we were all hoping for that option. It's like, realistically, the way that we grew up in it, nobody was making fucking money. Like, if what you got was fucking sick, you know?
Yeah.
In product alone, it was like, okay, so there was, but there wasn't millions of dollars out on the table.
No. But there was a good living because we were in our own ecosystem.
Yeah.
There wasn't any Nikes or Adidas, or there wasn't any. Everything was skater owned, and everything was being kind of like. There's more opportunity for a skateboarder to make money. Right?
It was also still a
There
fucking
was
hustle.
Clothing brands to make money.
You know what I mean?
There was, you know, there was a lot of.
Like there was, but every day, like, but it was so community driven and so like, it's like fools lived in like apartments together. Mm-hmm. Everybody was like, like might look different on camera and like the way that everybody was living their lives and how much better people were doing. But at the end of the day, everybody was pretty much on like the same plateau. Like there's very few people ever from this industry that have ever made like money,
Right.
legitimate money.
Yeah.
And also all of that used to be like just spread across the board. Basically, it's like, we can pay you this much because this is how we operate as a company.
Yeah.
It was all like family, everything. The other thing is that we were all raised in a hard goods market. Everything that was dictated around like the board sponsor that you rode for back in the day. True. Because there was only so many board sponsors. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If you fucking rode for Girl or Chocolate, you were like, damn, those fools are fucking sick.
Right.
What the fuck? Like, damn, Lucky. You know, like if you were able to attain like one of the sick like
Dude, you were set. If you got on girl, you got a shoe sponsor, man. You didn't fucking matter.
Even
clothing
like
sponsor.
if they were running ads in magazines, like if you were on fucking Expedition, if you were like the handful of board companies that were out there, if you were a part of it, like everybody else was looking at you. Like that's where you're like, he's fully on.
I felt it.
You know what I mean?
I felt it.
Like that's a difference.
Yeah.
Though, you know, like. And that's the other thing about it. It's like where we go back to this fucking like, where did all this shit come from with the hard goods? It's like, because all the other money came from everywhere else now.
Yeah.
You don't even have to fucking ride for a board company.
No. Yeah.
So crazy.
I don't know. I will.
How weird is that?
No,
Is that
it's-
like the foundation of everything, like you fucking just said, was like everything that we're talking about, the way that we were raised is like, the goal was to get, when I got on Think, I was like, what the fuck? This is like, no way.
Yeah.
Holy, like, no way. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? And Think is so little compared to like a lot of other shit out there. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like that was bringing everything else in.
Yeah.
Now it's like, who do you ride for? I don't even fucking have a board sponsor. I fucking ride for fucking so-and-so,
I
mate.
ride for my buddy Pete over here. He makes his own boards.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But-
You thought about back in the day, so no one had a board sponsor, but they're on Nike.
No way.
You're like, what do you mean? Like Nike's in the game,
Like
and then they don't even have a sponsor.
Like Soltech wouldn't put people on if they didn't have a board sponsor.
Oh no, that's like a
Like that was like the number one thing.
Yeah, but they're not really on. Like they're like nurturing those.
Well,
kids.
no, I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
I will
Like,
say that really doesn't happen that much with the big guys. Like, I think the big guys, it's everyone else. They're like, you have to have a board sponsor to get.
Yeah.
And if you're
for
not
sure.
on one by 6 months, you might have a problem. If you're on Nike or Adidas or something like that.
they just get the stake in them early on, so they have like their little grasp on them, and then if they do turn into something and they nurture them like with shoes and travel budgets and all that, then they have the leeway once they do get on a board sponsor. So I get what they're doing. They have big budgets. They could do whatever the fuck they want, you know? So again, that's why it makes them more, you could see them, you know what I mean? And it's tougher for the smaller brands that don't got budgets like that. How the fuck are we going to do that, you know?
I
So-
think I'm going to, I don't know. I'll push back a little bit on the making the money part because I think there was good money back in the day. You know, I mean, listen, 80s was a different ball game. Those guys were making $20,000 a month off board sales alone, right? And then we went into this
100%.
weird thing. But then also there was a point in time too where there was just a lot more brands to get on and a lot more ways that a normal skater could make a couple thousand a month, whether it's like a shoe colorway or something, or like a clothing sponsor, or there was more opportunities, I think. And then nowadays it's mainly like, if you want to make good money now, it's like you need to be on like one of the top shoe companies, you know,
and
there's-
drink company.
and drink companies. Yeah, there's no clothing brands really. I mean, Volcom and whatever, they just kind of stop their stuff. But there wasn't, you know, there was Maddox back in the day, 4-star. There was a lot of stuff. There was just more opportunity, you know, and I think that's gone now. I think nowadays, like, it makes me so sad to think about a professional skateboarder in this industry making probably like less than $1,000 a month, you know, and I think that that's so fucking wrong, you know. But also, I think that the barrier to entry on a pro skateboarder is not what it used to be. It's not special anymore. There's more pro skaters than ever. It seems like you could just get a board pretty easily nowadays when it was a coveted thing, you know? There's way too many pros.
Everybody's pro.
Everybody, you know?
The
And
homie just turned me pro the other day.
Well, again, they're dumpster pro again. We still haven't had a pro party for them. Olive Garden after this.
Well, how do you decide what you want in your shop? Like, because there's so many new brands coming out.
Good question.
Are you listening to what the kids are wanting and bring that in no matter what, or like how do you bring stuff in?
I mean, been running the gauntlet with a lot of the same peeps for a long time. I think that it's also relative to with small brands emerging in this marketplace, but it's more of like, I don't know what I kind of what I see in the marketplace. You know what I mean? Like, we started the shop in such a different like era. We started in a small brand revolution. Having been in Southern California for so long and coming from, I was at Brooklyn Projects for 3.5 years before I went over with Patrick to do my own thing. Thank you, Dominic DeLuca, fucking mentor for days. Actually,
man.
Dominic,
The man.
Dominic actually instilled in me one of my favorite traits is that he said, "Look at everything, and if you never know what something is going to do."
Right.
So that always stuck with me as far as like anybody that brings in their like small shit, like like kind of reversing on what I'm saying as far as like don't start your own company, but it's like also like when you see passion in like really rad fucking design, it like brings me back to like the early 90s and like DIY aspect of like, so like Less Than Local is a perfect one. They just came in and they were gripping boards and this is like in the first year that we were open, and they just asked for grip and they were gripping these boards. And I just was like, what boards are those? And they were like, oh, we just do our own little thing.
Right.
And I was like, it was fucking cool. Like, like we've been doing this shit for so long that like, where you're like, you see something, you're like, whoa, like that's a fucking really cool graphic. Like, that's a really cool t-shirt. Like, so I'm, like I said, don't go start your own board.
No, but it's
but seeing like but it also like it comes into the people that like that really do it. Like,
there's outliers.
like when Andrew, like when I saw it, I was like, it was one of those things like where you were like, I was intrigued and I was like, what the fuck? Like I was like, dude, these are really rad. And he wasn't even asking me to bring product in.
Even better.
They were just getting boards grip. I know that it was wanted to be a conversation topic later on, you know what I mean? But so you can see, I mean, it's hard work pays off, and it's like design concepts and like and I was like, damn, this, and I would say that we had that within like the first, second year, and we've done Less Than Local every season, every year. We've supported them 100% because Andrew's a fucking genius. And like, he cares. Like, they don't have money. It's like, there's nothing about it. It's straight a fucking passion project skateboarding thing.
Right.
He runs everything out of his shitty little apartment. It's like, there's still that nature of skateboarding that's fucking really cool.
Yeah.
But when it comes down, so where I see, and then, there's just the people that I really like I fuck with, you know what I mean? Like, Quasi has been fucking like on their shit since like day one, you know what I mean? It's also like the upfront honesty about the companies and like the way that it's like they run their operations, you know what I mean? Smaller the better now, when it comes down to a lot of the ways like that things are dictated, and that's not like taking away from like the legacy brands that are out there, but also it's like, I'm going to support from a standpoint of like the way that I view what you're doing in our marketplace, and also the way that I hope that you're going to treat us as a business after we buy from you.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's, like I said, the saturation of market is insane, and trying to support everybody is like unattainable.
Right.
But I'm also down for like, been in this shit for fucking ever. So it's like the homies that fucking have my back, like I'm going to have their back as much as I possibly can. But I'm also like, I'm going to buy at like the shit that I think is like dope.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that I think will be relative to what we're doing in our store. Noah's going to buy different for the New Mexico store. Like, that's going to allocate itself. But like,
Yeah.
if you have 20 boards, probably not buying all of them, but I'm going to support here and there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then there's also like the team dudes on the team that I'm like, those dudes fucking have our back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure. That's why it's like kind of, it's a double-edged sword, right? So you're like, oh, there shouldn't be little companies, but some of these little companies grow into these big companies, you know? And it's like Welcome. Like I think Welcome is in that category. Like they started off with shaped boards, and then they grew into this like huge company, and along with like maybe Less Than Local is going to become something, or maybe even GX1000 or some of these companies that start off really small and homey style. That's why it's like, God, it sucks. Like I want everybody to thrive and be an entrepreneur, but I feel like there needs to be some type of like barrier to entry when we talk about that. You know?
I would say that my old heart of hearts of skateboarding is definitely like one of those things that like really like where like you like see motherfuckers rip and you're like, dude, I want to like you want to support like
100%.
You know, it's like those GX kids, they like you can just see that like they just love each other.
Yeah,
like they like those fools. Like, I mean, it's like Hellrose. Yeah. It's like these fools fucking just go out 20 fucking deep. Don't give a fuck. Like these fools fucking love each other.
Yeah. Totally.
You know what I mean? And it's like
that's a team.
It's like that shit you want to like be like, like I'm like I can only buy like a handful. Like I don't even know if they're gonna sell. Like, but I'm like. You want to like
support them.
Yeah. Like, all right, I'm gonna get a couple. You know what I mean? There's just like there's some of that nature out there still that's like that old like ooh. Like,
you can't even help yourself.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, God, like I'm like, it might sit for ever,
but I'm willing to take the risk.
But you know, like, damn,
that's what we're missing though. That's like this, you know. Skateboarding is all about, you know, camaraderie, don't get me wrong, but again, there's definitely, you know, individuals these days trying to keep their head above water, trying to just do whatever. Yeah. And that's the shit that's kind of rubbing people the wrong way.
And we're talking about this because skateboarding is at a very low point. I mean, we may be, you know, laughing to the bank in 3 years from now when it's booming again, or who knows, right? It's like, but right now at this present moment, it is not. It's like everybody's like struggling, you know, and it's crazy because even the people that I think are killing it behind the scenes, they ain't killing it.
What do you?
And I'm like, wow, that's shocking. That is shocking.
What moves the needle in a skate shop from a skate brand?
Does Jamie Foy's
or
video
a person,
part?
Or just like even social.
Because videos were a big part of moving the needle back in the day.
Okay.
Do videos have the same?
Impact.
The videos same impact. What works at a skate shop? What drives people in to buy product, do you think?
Do videos have the same impact that they used to have when we were growing up?
I mean, that's an obviously different question. I don't necessarily need it. Like, obviously I know that, but what does move the needle in a skate shop, you think?
Graphics? Are graphics even a thing? Do people even care about graphics anymore?
I think so. I think all of the old formulas in skateboarding like are relative to skateboarding.
Look at Powell, right? Powell is still kind of going off of their old graphic philosophy, whereas Christopher Hyatt will come out with the board graphic, and that'll be his graphic, and they run the shit out of it. It's not just like a fart in the wind graphic, which it's just like every season, new graphic. They make something last. Yeah. They put time in it. They put effort in it. Christopher Hyatt was on the show. He said the dude who drew his graphic did 1,000 different drawings or something like that. Like they took time.
But are you carrying a Christopher Hyatt board?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
What? No. Yeah.
Not out of disrespect.
No, that's fine. But I'm wondering what in your skate shop brings people in.
I think that we have to realistically look at every skate shop is doing their own thing. You know what I mean? Like in every, those are all our own little saturated worlds. Like I can speak on that immediately to like what we do in this is so brand new to me, but what the brands that are the brands that are moving in Los Angeles as opposed to the brands that are moving in Albuquerque are completely different. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that runs to the spectrum of, I mean, take every one of my homies that has shops around the country, around the world. It's like, it's all relative to the nature of like
That area.
yeah, like
Yeah.
what is going on in that community, what everybody feels like strongly about. It's like skateboarding is very personable, like when it comes down to that kind of stuff. You know
I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm sure Florida is filled with Jamie Foy boards and D-Lo boards. And,
I mean, but
know.
you would actually have to go.
Yeah.
there
I'm just assuming, but I
to-
would assume
you know.
that would be the case.
Let me ask
But-
this real quick. Do you have 2 separate buyers for each store?
I do all the buying for the LA store, and Noah does all the buying for the New Mexico store.
So if there were things to overlap, do you think it would make sense to... Actually, maybe it wouldn't make sense to buy both of those buys and they're the same. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's I think that so in New Mexico, everything's like it's later.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But they're actively also looking at all content that's being delivered, and like and there's like just heavy strongholds of like, you know, that's the raddest thing about skateboarding and why graphics are on boards. Like I explain this in the shop all the time. It's like if like there doesn't need to be, like they're just you're going right outside and destroying it. Like so there doesn't necessarily need to be all this input and cool shit going on the bottom of skateboards. You know what I mean?
There are collectors, though. There are
There's
collectors.
the collectors, but also that kid that's coming in for the first time he's looking at the graphics.
Yeah.
He's not looking at the shape.
No. And
So-
that's my first thing ever
Yeah.
coming into the store, like a brand new kid. And
Yeah.
I'm like, look at all the cool stuff that's on the wall.
But you remember that too, dude.
Oh,
I'm sure.
like we all did that.
Yeah.
You know,
Big
and
time.
I try and go back to that.
Right.
You know, like I try and make that like my experience walking into the store was like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
where you fell in love artistically through like, just like, whoa, that one spoke to you.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get into the monotony and madness of it after the fact. You know what I mean? Like shape, sizes, all this stuff and stuff. But none of that stuff matters.
No.
And also in '85, everything was 12. It was the most unfunctional board in the world.
And those graphics stayed on the wall.
But
for a
those
while.
graphics
Right.
were like,
Legendary.
damn.
Yeah,
You know
dude.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I would say like when I look at that, when you say like what pushes the spectrum of like, I think that's different communities falling in love with skateboarding for different reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and not it. I think that's the rad thing. Like, brands have relevance because of the identity of the brands and like where you are at the time and the place and like how that like saturates into your life. That's what like the coolest thing about like the graphics on like. There's a lot of time and effort put into like graphics, and that is. Like we just said, like walking in and seeing like the one,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah,
knowing,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember like I fell in love with like a Ron Chapman board, not even knowing anything about Ron Chapman. It's like 60/40 board.
Yeah.
It's like, and it happened to be like a Mark Gonzalez drawing, but it was just like one of those, like it was just all, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
There's a spectrum to it too. It's like, then it becomes like the team, you know, and like
Yeah.
the team, different companies speak to different people. You know,
Yeah.
there's the zero buffs that love that stuff. And then there's like the girl in chocolate that are more clean and like just the family, you know, Fulfill the Dream was a big video for me and the Shorties crew. And like, so skateboarding companies just speak to different people
Yeah.
you know, differently.
I mean, and you know, that's also relative to the team riders, the identities of
Yeah.
the team riders, and like video parts, like the you know, it's like it's so shitty to say that like there's just so much.
yeah.
You
It's a
know.
lot. It's a lot.
Like-
Do you think that that's an interesting question, I guess, to ask? Because I always pictured the big pros as being like the big part of skateboarding. But do you think that the big pros are a big part of what's selling that product now? Or is it just the brand itself?
I mean, I'm still a firm believer in skateboarding sells skateboarding.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
from as much fucking bullshit is out there, like, and how much content is delivered, like the sacred art of video parts is like so forgotten, and like that used to be the everything, you know, like that used to be that used to, people would switch their whole shit up over fucking night. Because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Like
everybody wearing tight pants all of a sudden.
Oh, dude.
like, you know what I mean?
Oh, the Baker
That's true.
videos
Yeah.
came out. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I get
but
it, I
like
get
there was it was so much smaller, and then it was like so identifiable on like where you saw a video part come out and you identified
Right.
like with it, like with that person, like you wanted, like that turned into your everything. Like
Yeah.
they were our fucking superheroes.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
Do you think that still exists, kind of?
I think that I think 100% it does. I just think that, think there's just I think I just don't think it's as special.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of asking. Like, I was always curious to, like, as much as I love all the big pro skaters, I still look at them. They're my superheroes, but are they the big selling point of these products that you're getting still? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, and it's I think that it's like I think it's a yes and a no. You know what I mean? I think it's really hard now for a kid to navigate the excess of content. You know?
Yeah.
Like when you can, it's like all these motherfuckers just like fucking giving away all this shit on Instagram, just fucking scroll. It's like, whoa, like, you know, fools doing gnarly fucking shit all over the fucking world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't grow up like that. Like
No.
you waited for footage.
Oh, yeah.
You waited for footage.
You wait not only footage, but you waited for a complete masterpiece to come out.
Yeah.
Meaning you waited for that video to come out. That was that's your holy grail for that year.
Yeah, the excessive buildup to video parts was delivered through like still frames through the magazines.
Yeah.
That was your snippet to what was going to come into the future. And then like I mean, I think all of us in this room can attest to like, remember like hearing that the video was at the shop
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, calling there, be like, "Yo, you have it?"
and like,
Like, yes, Kelly, we have it finally.
Yeah, after
know,
calling
like-
for 6 months.
like,
Yeah.
and then it like you going and it was like, holy fuck. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, though. Times change.
I know.
Right? Everybody's got their era that they love to talk about, and the era that they grew up in was the best era ever. But now these kids are living in a new era, you know? So, like, we've talked a lot about the problems and stuff, but, like, what about, like, do we have any solutions or ideas for solutions, or, like, how the skateboard industry can, like, heal itself? But you know what I mean? Like,
I get.
how can we not only skate shops but companies and like, you know, these kids that are coming up in skating? How can we like not only back in our day, but how can we like back in now it's these kids' days.
He's asking me to save skateboarding right now.
How are you
What's the answer?
I think
how are you going to do it?
no, I don't know if we have the answer to that, but there's got to be some like, hey, do we have any solutions? Are there any ideas on the table that we can do? I mean, we did talk about like you are competing with companies as a skate shop to sell product. You know, you're competing with the distribution to sell product. You know, that's a bad thing. You know, we need to like, how can we now? We need to fix that, right?
I mean, okay, well, let's just touch on like team rider perspective. You know what I mean? Like, and like it should be obviously the biggest focal point is like these dudes are out there fucking killing their fucking themselves,
Their bodies,
Yeah,
crushing fucking spot. Like it's gnarly. Skateboarding is fucking
It's gnarly.
nuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think that's also a responsibility, you know, as a professional skateboarder.
Yeah.
So I would say that as a professional skateboarder, you should really start remembering and looking at where your products land is at my shop, at our shops. We're the ones that are selling your boards.
Right.
And I think that it's responsible nature of you as a professional skateboarder to really start pushing that aspect of skateboarding back in. Like, we don't need to buy your boards. We are here because obviously if I'm bringing in whoever's board, it's because we're supporting the brand, we're supporting you. That's making you money. That should be so important as a team rider now in a viral age of communication. Especially for the smaller shots. It's like, if I take the time not only to buy your product, but to shoot it on Instagram to promote the brand and like let people know that we have it for sale.
Yeah.
And I happen to tag you on your pro board, that shouldn't be null and void. Like, you should, I think it should be contractually obligated now
To repost.
to repost at least a handful of dudes every. It's like all it takes is 2 clicks to put it in your story.
Oh yeah.
As a thank you.
I do it all the time. Well, I do it once a month when somebody tags my board, but
You
I
know,
do.
you know what I mean?
If I see it, I do.
Like, but you
I got to
you
be better at that.
You don't know how special
Yeah.
that. I mean, we might have like, you know, Kingswell might be a bigger name in the shop spectrum of like things, but there's like a bunch of little baby bodies all around the country or all around the world that are also buying this product.
Right.
And like if they're taking the time to try and like, they're buy your fucking shit and like throw a little like, hey, we got like this dude's board.
Right.
It's pretty hospitable and like rad of you as that's your career, that's your pro board. This is what you get paid to do. And I do believe that it should be contractually obligated now in a viral communication age for you to go on there and like look around for a second and see like they all showed up in your fucking feed.
Right.
Why not like let that dude in buttfuck nowhere that has a shop that like actually tagged you in
You know
in that post.
You know what's funny? I'm just gonna like I don't even have that many followers. You know, I have 120 whatever thousand or something. But so many things get lost. Sometimes I have to go dig through my own Instagrams and my own like DMs to see if anything pops up, because you know they have let me check out what's going on, and or it's listed there. I think I miss so much stuff, and I'm not on Instagram all the time, but man, when you get up there in the followers, you miss so much shit.
Yeah.
Like I'll just stumble upon something and be like, oh shit. Like I had to go search for that. Instagram didn't tell me that you tagged me or there's a story about me. Like I had to go search in my hidden friend request or whatever,
Yeah.
you know? I'm like, how the fuck, why can't you just alert me that I got tagged in something?
Yeah.
So there is that too.
I mean,
I'm just saying there's
I get it. You know,
there's a lot of, but I do agree though. I
But-
think that people should be proactive, and it's their board.
I mean,
It's their product.
this
Got the name on it.
I'll break it down like this. It's like it's like you never understand how impactful that can be
Oh yeah.
for somebody's day. Is that like you just happen to like tag this person, and that person throws it in their story, and then you repost that they threw it in their story, and then all of a sudden it's like their whole community,
Right.
which is, you know, you say hundreds of thousands of followers where they have less than 10,000 followers
Sure.
in their little city, their whole community, and they're like, no way,
Right.
Chris Roberts put you in his story.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Jamie Foy, like all these, you know, like
Right.
think of like mega names, like where it's like that's like the talk of the town. Like,
Yeah,
oh my god,
yeah.
like we like it seems stupid, seems redundant. It means the fucking world,
Right.
because not only does the does the shop have less than 10,000 followers, you have hundreds of thousands of followers. That just showed your whole community
Right.
and your hundreds of thousands of followers that you fucking cared
Right.
about this one little thing.
I love it.
And it took 2 clicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I mean, we have a big following. A lot of people don't.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even the big following that we have and all the friends that I have, like sitting at this table with my fucking longtime friends, you don't just come and sit on the fucking 9 Club. It's like, that shit is special.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it makes people's fucking day.
Right.
And it also shows that like the community, that like people have their back, you know,
Right.
might just be this little flash fire, but it's like you just got somebody so stoked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's kind of the way that we grew up. You know what I mean? It's like, that's, you know, going to do autograph signings and demos and doing all that kind of stuff.
I
you
think
know?
we become numb to it a little bit. Social media and everything. I
Do
think
you
we do
think-
become
I'll
a
do.
little numb to it.
I'll
Do you think demos would help out a lot? Like if there was more demos, like helping people come to the skate shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I say this fucking all the time, is that used to be the everything.
Oh yeah.
Like, dudes coming to town, like getting to meet getting to meet your heroes, your like,
Yeah.
oh my God, he's like, no way that dude's gonna fucking be here. Like a snippet of your life, signing an autograph and being cool to somebody.
Yeah.
Like that shit was
It's the best.
so
Oh, dude.
important. So important.
But did the shops help pay for those tours back in the day in the early 90s?
I mean, I have this conversation a lot. Is that, you know, we talk about this hard goods market not having the money to do the tours that, like, well, like, we can't do tours anymore. We don't, like, there's no money to do it.
Right.
I'm like, bullshit. There was no money in the fucking early 90s to do it either. Like, straight up, they're like, you drove, I mean, I have to put different dollar value on it, but it's like, back then, you would drive from LA to San Diego, collect a $500 paycheck from the shop. That was like the fee. That shop also bought a bunch of product.
Right.
You guys were down there, do the song and dance. You drove from there to Phoenix
Oh yeah.
to get another $500. This just kept the van
going.
rolling.
Yeah,
and
hotels
and
to a degree, Motel 6s for days.
Exactly. You know
Yep.
what I'm talking about. Then
Yeah.
step out of the dollar value of like where the hotels that you get to stay at and all. Like, go back on the fucking road and put it on for the fucking kids again. You know what I mean? We don't have the money. I'm like, bullshit. There wasn't money back then.
Yeah.
There was, it's going to be different now. It's like, it's obviously can't give you guys $500 to show up as a fucking team, but we can give you 1,000 and we can buy the product and you can do these smaller tours, can incorporate like so many different, but
That's a conversation, though. I think that should be kind of like brought to the table in that sense.
I mean, and the other thing about that is that how video parts got made. That's how
Yeah.
shit went
Traveling,
down.
yeah.
That's also how tour videos.
Totally.
Remember tour videos?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it wasn't the limelight of like, there wasn't first class flights and all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like all this like stuff that's like has been saturated into this market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I understand that, but
not everybody can make a good tour video, though. Let's just be honest.
yeah.
'Cause
Sometimes the tour videos are boring.
hell
But
yeah. I mean,
But it
that's
shows
just
it, but
through
it's out there, though.
But
For sure,
you can
1000%.
also show up to a town and get shit fucking done.
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And that's the art of video parts is that like you see that like, and then locally you're like, damn, I was there when he did that, or like,
Dude,
oh, they
that's
skated
big time.
that.
I
You know
remember
what
that as a
mean?
kid.
Like,
That shit is so impactful, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's like local like tours, and then like for those that have never been to a demo,
Yeah.
and now they get to see like one of their soon-to-be favorite pros. They're like, wow,
Yeah.
he just did that.
I mean, in Albuquerque, we didn't have skate parks. So, like, when we would do demos, we would just gung ho. Like, fools would show up and it was like, all right, like, we're going to go skate some street spots and then we're doing the demo
Oh, yeah.
at, like, where? Like,
yeah.
Here.
Oh, and then guess what? We're gonna drive all night to the next one, check in the hotel, not even sleep, and then go to the next demo. That's how it was.
I remember
But-
hearing the Shorties team doing that in my hometown, and it was like when they skated this shop called Sticks, where actually Van Engelen used to work at, and they went and skated my local high school, and it was like they fucking killed it. Sammy Nolly front slave up the stairs.
Nice.
It was in the 4-in-1.
Go on to the next one.
Going to the next
Yeah.
one, like, duh. Yeah, that was so cool to look back on.
You know what's funny? I feel like when Instagram came around, like the whole industry, it flipped the whole industry on its head, man. And I think a lot of people are still to this day, like so confused. Like I think Instagram confused a lot of things.
Social media in general fucked everything,
Especially
a lot of things up.
Instagram. Instagram got people confused because I remember when Instagram came around, like all the tours stopped happening. Like there was a big dip because like I feel like companies were like, oh well, now little Johnny over here can just reach out to you and like pretty much damn near like have a conversation. We don't need to go to all these places because we have this thing now that we can be everywhere online.
Yeah.
now. And I feel like that just kind of, and I think companies were confused how to go about using it, and it turned from the company needing the skater to come through for them to, hey, you need an ad. Hey, we're working on this video. To then the company, then the skater, then the company coming to the skater and being like, hey, we need something. You know, it flipped.
Yeah.
From the company the company supplying you those opportunities to now the company needs you to supply them those opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it 100%. I think that it turned everything fucking in like such a fucked direction.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like a fucked direction.
how can
and
an app do that? It's insane.
Yeah, but like look at the timing. 2008 we had the economic craze, and then fucking Instagram came out in what 2010,
2010, 11.
right?
11,
So
yeah.
it's like the timing of both of these things. I mean, you're gonna see it.
we're optimal. No.
well, I'll tell you guys all.
I mean, look, within a 2-year span, you can see things
Yeah.
drastically change.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'll say this because I know that all our old S's in this fucking room were fucking on MySpace, and had we known what we were doing with MySpace back then, because we were fucking promoting the fucking shit out
All
of
day.
fucking everything that we were doing
All day.
for a different direction. You know what I mean? But that's where it really started. You know what I mean? Like and that was all individual promotion. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, me. But
Yeah.
that was like the forefront.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who are your top friends?
Oh,
Tom.
Yeah, for everybody, right?
Yeah.
I still got my MySpace top 8.
But yeah, if we knew back then, it would have,
I mean, how much promotion,
Interesting.
like, you know what I mean? But going back to that is like the thing is that it's so fucking mediocre and irrelevant and such bullshit, and motherfuckers sitting there fucking hiding behind their fucking phones and like fucking like this is
It opened up a new door, no doubt.
yeah, but it's also fucking it's fake. It's fucking fake.
Yeah.
Everything that you like, motherfuckers hiding behind their fucking Instagram identities and the way that they promote themselves as that person through that fucking platform, it's fucking bullshit. It's straight fucking bullshit.
Are you talking about people talking shit or just people?
No, it's straight fucking
the way that they present
the way
themselves.
that you are able to
Fake the funk.
exactly.
Yeah.
The way that you're able to promote yourself through that fucking platform is fucking bullshit. It's fucking fake. Everything it's very unrealistic. It's also very unrealistic for the populace that's following you. Like
What do you mean by like showing flashy cars or something, or just what do you mean by
you
that?
can do whatever you want.
Oh, you're okay.
It's like a brand. A brand can look so big online and so glamorous, and then behind the scenes, it's just they're out of the garage.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
It's like the same fucking thing. It's like I see you, see you fucking throw all this shit out in the fucking out through this fucking this platform. It's like, bitch, you live with fucking 5 motherfuckers in an apartment. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, it's bullshit.
online
There is a
persona
lot of
is different
false perception
than
out
real
there for
life.
sure.
You know, and
for sure.
that is so unrealistic to kids.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a bad way to promote what we do, because this shit used to be fucking real. Like, real.
Yeah.
Like, everybody got called out for everything at any given fucking second. You know what I mean? Like, that's the same way as, like, coming to do a demo in a town. Like, if you thought you were a fucking hot shit and went to that town, then and you try to act hot shit with like the locals, that was going to reflect the way your board sold the rest of the time. It's like, if you wanted to show up and be like cool and be a dick, everybody probably had a good encounter with somebody that was a hero back in the day, and then they showed up and they were like, try to be cool. And it was like, fuck that, dude. I'm not buying that fucking dude's board anymore. Like, what an asshole. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It became real quick.
Yeah.
And now nobody gets to meet anybody.
Yeah.
And even if you do get the chance to meet somebody, it's like segmented and it's like scheduled, and it's like you get an autograph and it's like, get the fuck on. It's like, you're not a fucking celebrity. You're a fucking skateboarder. You know what I mean? That's where I think that it's so beneficial for not just the shops and the community to get to meet these dudes. It's to actually like meet these dudes and really see.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Dude, I just went on a trip with the America and Etnies, and it was so sick to like, we went to Chicago and we went to Wilson Skate Park to warm up, and the kids there were like, holy shit, Spanky.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Those things, and I don't know. You don't get those trips. Like, those trips are important in skateboarding, just to go to those communities and stuff like that.
Everything that when I got to California, it was immediately, I just hit the road, and it was like going,
Right.
like, and I was just stoked to get invited and like be going out, and it's like, you go, and it was like, how hard is it? You go skate the demo, and you like go to the shop, like kick it with like the peeps, and then some dudes are probably gonna like be like, we're having a kegger tonight. Like, sick. And like some of the dudes would stay at the hotel, and like you go get yourself into some weird situation, and like get yourself back in the fucking van in the morning, and it's like, Stories
ready to go. What
sto-
happened with there, Chuck?
Stories on the way to fucking Tulsa the next day. You're like, oh my god, like,
It still happens.
You know?
It still happens. There are those tours and stuff like that.
But since you don't get to tour as much, and that's why you have this tool called Instagram, and you have your fans reaching out to you directly. Sometimes I think you do get kind of misscrewed, and you don't reach out to these people, but you don't know how impactful it is to actually reach out to these people and be like, thanks, man, I appreciate like, bro.
Yeah.
I do that. I hands down, I reach out to people that reach out to me, and it's a great tool in the sense of like, I'm trying to be as genuine as possible because I would do that in person, right? So I feel that if you do that, that shit goes a long way, bro.
Yeah,
Real
I
talk.
mean, I say it all the time is that you never know how you're going to change somebody's life through skateboarding. Like, just the interact, like just being genuinely kind. Somebody that's intimidated, like there's so many factors that come into it, but just sitting there and interacting with somebody because of this beautiful thing that we got to be a part of skateboarding, it'll change somebody's life sometimes.
I don't know if this story's true, but I heard this story, and I want to get James Kelch on the show because I heard a story back in the day. There was a big tour, and James Kelch didn't even skate any of the tour. He just hung out with the kids in every city, didn't even skate the demos, and he sold more boards than anybody throughout the whole tour.
Facts. I'll tell you, the first trip that I ever went on with Think, Greg Carroll actually got in the van and drove it.
Yeah.
And I was fucking so fresh, and like I gotta, you want to like, you gotta throw down, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know if motherfuckers know Greg Carroll, but
here we know Greg Carroll.
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
But I'm just gonna say, it's fucking Greg Carroll. So I was intimidated as fuck, and this dude is with us, and we're a demo, and I fucking went off. Like I got broke trying to do this thing, and I ended up landing it. It's like bleeding, it's like, but I was like, it's the job, right? And Greg rolled up to me and was like, you good? And I was like, yeah. He was like, hey dude, I don't want you. That was sick. Don't take me wrong, but that, like, I don't want you doing that, like the demos.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I thought that he's like, I know, I get what, like, I get it.
Yeah.
He's like, if you're going to bleed, I want you to do it at out in the street, like on the spots, like the craft.
Yeah.
He's all, this is supposed to be like stoking everybody out. You did, but there's other ways to do it.
Sure.
I was like, well, what do you want me to do? He just gave me a 20 pack of stickers and was like, you're personable. You've been skating since the 80s. You know how to do tricks from the early 90s, like shit that these kids don't know. Go over to that group of kids. Just go talk to them. Give them some stickers. Challenge them to a game of skate.
Right.
Do some shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, really? And he was like, they're going to be forever changed that you came and just hung out with them.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So when you bring up that couch story, that's definitely probably that same type of advice is that like, and that's the thing is like, you don't have to go crazy at a demo. You just have to be like there.
Yeah.
You have to be present for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the things that people remember, as irrelevant as I believe I was in my skateboarding career. When somebody comes up to me now and is like, dude, you were so rad. I met you in like Tallahassee and you like were setting up you were setting up a new board and gave me your old board.
Right.
That's how you change people.
Yeah.
That's all they're looking for.
Right.
That's why I still think that it's like really important to not be fucking like the industry's got so fucking cool about like just being dictated through the fucking lens of fucking skateboarding and editing and all this bullshit. It's like real interactions with humans are so like amazing, and those are the things that like last forever.
Oh, dude, I used to, after the demos, every kid for some reason they wanted my hat. Can I have your hat? Can I have your hat? I'm like, dude, it's the only hat I have. I'm sorry, I can't give you my hat. So the next tour I went on, I brought a bunch of hats. Wore the hat. Kid asked for the hat. I give him the hat. Like that was my thing. I was like, okay, cool. Kids want the hat. I'm just gonna bring more hats for me to wear.
I'm giving them the goddamn hat.
I'm gonna give them the goddamn hat. So I made it a point to like always have hats that I can switch out and then give them the hat.
Rick and Mike were like, how come you're taking fucking 50 hats, dude? Like,
I'm like, look at all the 50 kids out there wearing my hat. You know what I'm saying? You know? But I mean, but it's those things, you know,
Yeah.
you learn along the way, you know,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
but
But
and that's still, I think that's the lost art that
Yeah.
we're talking about, is that like, it was so normal to us to be like dragged on some fucking shitty ass tour. You know what I mean?
yeah, they're so fun though.
But
Fuck.
how rad was it when like you got like the like where like you went in to go like you went to the distro and like they were like and getting your little $2 a board check. They're like, whoa. They're like, yeah, they loved you in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
You're ordering your boards all crazy. Like,
Right.
You're their fan favorite out there. You know what I mean?
Fan favorite at a lot of places. But yeah. No, I mean, I skateboarding is a beautiful thing, you
Yeah.
know, and I think that we have, I think we've reached this point too, and we have a long way to go, you know, and I think it's going to take us as an industry to kind of get things back on track, you know, and it's going to take skaters too, you know. It's like, more kids are playing video games, more kids are online nowadays. Like they don't want to go out there. Skateboarding is hard as shit, you know.
They want to be a YouTuber or
Wanna be
influencer.
100%.
Well, it's like
So-
people skate, but like, do people care about skating?
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Right.
It's like there might be 50 million. How many 50 million of those care about what we're doing?
And how many people
Yeah.
actually like buy stuff that supports the industry. So I think as an industry, we have a long way to go. And I think you brought up a lot of great points. I think the companies and the skate shops do need to work together. But I also think that like, man, I'm hoping that, you know, Dom DeLuca's doing some trade shows. I heard there's another trade show thing that's in the works too. But I think that is a big part of it. You know,
Yeah.
I think that getting together and having the community, because right now it's so fractured. The skate shops, there's no talking to this company and that company. They're talking to just like nobody's in a big room talking, you know? And I think that's for us as a small industry. I think that's fucking massively important, you know, to get all on the same page and like what's best for the industry, you know?
I believe so as well. I mean, it was so fun to get everybody
Yeah.
in a room.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's, you know, it's also that takes a lot of organization
It
and a lot of
does.
money
It
and
does.
like, but it also has to be like the, you know, the right timing and the right platforms. You know what I
Right.
mean? Besides, you know, like a trade show atmosphere is just like as much community building as we can possibly do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, which is like just, I guess, locally, like
Yeah.
whatever we can, you know, figure out. Like the trade shows are rad, but it's also like it's a sales platform, you know, environment. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's also, that stuff is only accessible through like an industry perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Also, I love that we have this platform to talk about these things and discuss these things, but a lot of people out there don't have the voice. Maybe they could post on Instagram, but here's your chance. I would love to hear from all the skate shops around the world in the comment section below. What are your guys' ideas? How can we as skate shops all over this country and the world, like what, bring them to the table, leave comments below, like,
Share it on your Instagram.
but
Share it
not
on,
only that, but
yeah,
like comment below also,
Okay,
because
do that.
people, you know what I mean? Because now this industry people are going to be watching this episode, you know, and
Yeah, I
and
know.
other skate shop owners will be watching this episode. So we have the opportunity to give your opinions in
Voice
the
it,
comment
voice
section
it.
below and have people read through it. And because I know a lot of people out there like have ideas, you know, and we may not have covered all those ideas. We may not have even thought about these ideas, you know, but one little idea that somebody writes in the comments below could change the game.
I
you
mean-
know? Or put ideas out there.
100%. And I mean, for me, it's, you know, like if I have a takeaway from anything that I've said with my anxiety being on this like global platform.
Only a few people watch the show. Don't worry about it.
I mean, yeah, nobody watches this show.
That's right. No, nobody.
Is that you know, I'm here to fight the fight for like us, and everything that I'm trying to say is like definitely relevant. And you know, it's like when I'm calling out, you know, when I'm calling out consumers for their shopping tactics, you know what I mean? Like these are things like it's like if you can do anything to support small business, then like please, like it's appreciated. We work our asses off. We're sitting there with our doors open, taking care of your kids, doing everything that we possibly can to like be beneficial to this industry.
Yeah.
You walk into a shop and they're a dick, then fuck them. Like, don't fucking go back to that shop. But like, I don't operate like that.
Right.
And like, I would say that 99% of my fucking colleagues in like the shops around this country don't do that either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're there for skateboarding. We're there to harness skateboarding. Like, actively down for you to be a part of our community on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Also, you know, and like, come spend the time with us. Like, give us the chance. Like, don't shop online. Shit's fucking whack. Like, straight the fuck up. Like, you want personal experience, you want lifelong friendships, like, then we're going to give that to you. The fucking computer is not going to do that. Staying away from fucking Instagram and all the bullshit, like, yeah, like, fucking getting companies involved.
That's
fucking,
more of a mental health issue.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
do what you will do, but, you know, you come to our shops, be willing to be like greeted with open arms and like fucking a lifetime of fucking like homies to like navigate you
Yeah.
into what we're trying to do and
I love
progress the future. Like that's like, it's my whole heart. Like, I love everything about it. I love the old way that we got raised, and then as much as we can like try and circle back to that original community, like that shit, like,
Well, you're
It's-
you're
it's
you're there.
important.
You're there raising the future with your daycare center.
well, I mean, my daycare center has adapted over time, and my son Liam is like goes to King Middle School on the street.
Okay.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Is that rail still skatable?
the big rail out front is not, but
The little guys.
get David Reyes over there. He'll take that shit down. But the little guy is gone, unfortunately.
Oh, it's
wow.
gone.
Guys, switch pop shove it.
That's not the same
That's
rail.
Not the same school.
That's not the same rail.
No, that's yeah,
Not the,
King.
not the switch front side pop shove it switch crib.
Yeah,
It's not the same
that's
one.
not King.
No,
No, that's King.
it's not. That one's in the valley.
1000%.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We've had a
I was-
big
I was
discussion
there.
about this.
Yeah, I was there.
So the little rail at King is no longer there.
Okay.
That
But
one.
but Guy definitely did some shit on that rail.
Yeah.
But we still got, you know, we got Lockwood. We got.
Los Feliz. No,
I mean, we got it.
it's there.
It's there
And
still.
Got to pay homage to the OG that was around the corner. Why am I forgetting the name right now? Of course.
The one with the bump.
No.
Skater
The
or-
shop. The shop.
L.A. Dave.
No.
Huge shout out to LA Dave, man. He
Imagine.
supported a lot of
They
skateboarders.
did support a lot of
No, hell
skateboarders.
yeah.
No.
What are we talking about?
Extra
There's
large.
another- Oh,
Extra large. Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
We're around the
On
corner
Vermont.
from extra large.
Okay.
So that was like, got to give it up because
Oh, you're
that's
right
like
there in the. Yeah,
we're
you're in the
we're right
zone.
around the corner from the OG extra large,
Yeah,
and
that's tight.
the first person that ever like brought me like hip to that was Daniel Castillo, and we did like one of our first parties, and like I ran into him in the alleyway, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I was just over there like reflecting."
That's
I was
the
like, "On
extra
what?"
large.
He was like, XL was right there.
Yeah.
It was like, that used to be our everything.
Yeah.
It was like, we would meet there, and then we would go, like,
In that whole area. Yeah.
school.
Girl was
school.
out of extra large for a little while.
Yeah, in
right?
the beginning. Yeah, the first like I'd like to say year, maybe 6 months.
Yeah. So totally off
Totally.
subject.
Well, we'd love to have you back on the show and to talk more skate shop stuff. It'd be really cool. You know, I'd like to get other skate shop owners and different, because it's interesting. You, like you said, like the one in New Mexico is totally different from LA. So I'm sure every skate shop around this country has such a different take on, you know, what sells, what doesn't sell, what can be done better, what could not be done better. Like I'm sure everybody's got a big, you know,
Yeah. I
their own
mean,
opinions.
all of the, I mean, everybody across the board has like I said, everybody's running their own communities.
Yeah.
Everything is so different. But the people that have been in it for a long time standing.
Yeah.
If those doors, I mean, I'm still young compared to like a lot of the doors that are open,
Yeah.
you know? But from every coast and all the way in the middle, there's so many valuable people supporting their communities.
Totally.
And like in every facet. It's like, you know, like I said, I named some names earlier, you know, but you get like NJ and like, you know, labor.
Shout out to Chris Nareko.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
I that's like big mentor in my life. That's one of my best friends. I love that dude to death. You know, we got, like I said, Black Sheep, Premier, we got 35th, we got 510, we got like Rose
Orchard.
Street in San Diego. I mean,
It's a lot.
It's across the board.
Yeah.
There's like a big gauntlet of people that are doing like really amazing things for their community. And those are where you should be going and shopping. All of those places that I said have their own online stores.
Yeah.
Spend the extra money, get the extra customer service,
Go in
you
there,
know,
yeah.
like just go in. That they'll be fucking cool with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's important because if you stop doing that, then we're not gonna have skate shops, and we're not gonna have an industry. And the big dollars and the people that think that they can come in and take over and open multifaceted doors that have no idea of like what it really takes to be a part of this business, like that will come in and you won't have this anymore. There will be none of the rad shit in skateboarding if we just let it go into the fucking fledgling empire of fucking bullshit.
There you go.
Money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Cream. Cash rules everything around me.
Not in skateboarding.
Dollar bill, y'all.
That's good.
Can we give you some 9 Club stuff to take home with you?
I suppose so.
Kelly, we do the honors, dude.
What size are you?
I'm a large.
Large. I got
You know, hopefully, I know the conversation's already going. You know, this is not anything new, but you know, on this maybe people watching this will maybe we could spark something, you know, and maybe spark a bigger conversation of what we can do as, because I know you're for the skate shops, for the companies, for the skaters. You want everybody to win. You know,
I want.
and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's all about everybody winning, not just one person or one aspect of it. It's everybody.
No,
We need to win.
I'm not trying to.
Thank you, Kelly.
I'm not trying to make a bunch of fucking money. Like
I am.
Like, well, when you do, bring me along for the ride. But at the end of the day, it's like that was never a concern. It's like,
Yeah.
I am so happy with everything that I've accomplished, in that I have fucking ripping ass son, rad fucking wife, amazing scene that I'm cultivating here and in New Mexico. I'm able to fucking like pull it out of my pocket to put it on for like my community.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like that. It's not about empires and all this bullshit, and that like a lot of stuff is going into, you know what I mean? I'm not like, I think it's wrong that people are coming into this industry and trying to open more doors when the doors are already going out of business. We don't need more. We have the right doors. Those doors need to be taken care of. We need community back in, and we need fucking skateboarding back in check, and we need to take care of it on our own.
Yeah.
And we don't need any outsiders coming in and dictating with fucking dollars what we can and can't do in the industry that we created.
Amen. Amen.
There you go.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hey, DJ Chavez, bro. Always
you.
a pleasure, my man. Always a pleasure.
That was awesome.
Yeah, DJ.
I know you're a big coffee guy.
I love that thing already.
This is the best.
I grabbed
Yeti.
3 before you saw me in the back when I said I was going to the bathroom.
I'm telling you, man. I check his pockets before he leaves.
They're well hidden.
Yeah.
Use old 40 technique and you just put it down your pants.
You ever been to jail?
This Yeti, this Yeti will fit in your cup holder of your car. It'll keep your coffee or tea or whatever it is hot forever.
Okay.
It's the most beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Here's a 9 Club hat for you. This is our Richardson. You know, we doing by the time this comes out, we've already done our event at the Westlake Courthouse. You should definitely come by on Saturday to come hang out with us. But Richardson made us a bunch of hats to give away to all the people out there. So we're going to give you a nice Richardson 9 Club hat
Pretty exclusive.
to rock. Super exclusive.
Am I going to be able to wear this
Exclusive.
golfing?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. I'm going to open this up for you, dude, because I know I want to show it to you, man, in all its glory.
Damn.
Try to sell it to him like you own a skate
With
shop,
my
Chris.
club.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah.
This cotton, I think it's cotton shirt is.
Let me see the
Feel
printing
that.
He
quality
probably
on
knows.
this thing real
He
quick.
probably knows all of this.
Check out the printing quality, dude.
Let us
It
know what
is
you think.
high
So what we got here, right?
class, high quality,
And
9 Club. That's our college font right there.
I would tell your printer to run a little bit lighter on a water-based plastisol, but that's just me. You know what I mean?
Okay, DJ. Well, listen, take that shirt, shove it down your
Calling us
pants
out.
like the rest of the.
He's calling everyone out, man. That's what we got to hear. That's what we
Yeah.
need. These
That's
people.
why we're
hear
here,
that.
baby. That's why we're here. Cover of Thrasher. It always stands $20 for the sticker placement on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Cover of Thrasher, our only remaining. Shouldn't say only remaining magazine, but in the States for sure. There's a sticker pack, 9 Club sticker pack.
So if I get on the cover of Thrasher, or
With
if
the
I
sticker
get
on.
somebody else.
No
Ooh.
photo.
Yeah, I like
If
that.
you get somebody else too, they get $20.
He's
too.
in it.
That
Chris-
stands. That stands.
You know what?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Anybody that gives it on the cover of Thrasher
know what
with
if
a
I-
sticker on the board,
wh-
it gets $20.
What if I give this to T-Funk and he gets a cover of Thrasher?
$20.
$20.
Easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right next to the Kingswell sticker.
What if we get T-Funk on the show?
You guys should.
If
That dude
he-
is fucking slept on.
If he'd come on the show. That's
He probably would. He's crazy like that.
yeah.
Here's a Skull Candy. This is the Dime Evo. I use these all the time. I go for walks. I listen to music and podcasts.
You don't
and
listen
stuff.
to music, dude.
I do. I listen to my Creedence Clearwater Revival, man. This is a Dime Evo.
It's so like automatic. Yeah.
I know.
That's his go-to,
Fucking
bro.
thing,
Oh,
like,
okay, all right.
Of
Fair enough,
everything-
dude.
Everything that could have come out of your fucking mouth right there, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
My kid's gonna steal that from me for sure.
Steal it. Steal away. Steal away. And everybody that's on the show is on our Nuts and Bolts team.
Oh, I got a new
Welcome.
sponsor?
You have a new
Welcome.
sponsor. When was the
Holy
last
shit.
sponsor you got? From Think? What was it?
Shit.
Hellrose.
No.
Damn, it's been that
Hustle.
long, huh? Hustle?
Hustle Jamie.
Get 'em.
Big love to my brother right there.
Well, here's your.
I was over being pro. He made me have pro boards.
Jamie Hustle?
Yeah, straight
He's
up.
the man.
That's my dog.
Haven't seen that dude in a minute.
I fucking love that
Shout out
dude.
He's
to
so
Jamie
sick.
Hustle,
He's mad
man.
at me right now, but he'll be
Is he?
glad that I
He,
said his
he
name.
goes
there
through
you go.
phases, dude. He'll like you and he'll tell you.
What's up, blood?
He's the man. Straight up.
blood?
Yeah.
Here's
He
the.
speaks his truth.
This is the nuts and bolts. This is your first package and your only package for the year. We get 2 packages of bolts per year.
I like that though.
Yeah.
I like that it says nuts and bolts.
We're straight to the point over here.
All right, I guess we're gonna have to bring that in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We
Definitely.
We should be the first shop we open up, dude.
Hey.
Yeah.
We'll sell you those bolts and then we'll instantly put them on sale online on our.
Please do. Flash fire sale.
The flash fire sale.
Yeah, I would love that. No.
Sell to you full price and flash fire sale.
I'll help you get it
That
into
day.
all of the shops, and
Okay,
then
perfect.
we'll do that.
Beautiful,
So, you know,
beautiful, man. That's
then
what
we'll
this
have,
industry is all about.
then we'll
is
have another-
helping out people.
you know,
Okay?
we'll just have another thing to talk about.
There you go. There you go. DJ Chavez, listen, doors always open. Please come back and hang out with us and talk more shop
man.
talk. Please.
Dude, I am so down. Thank you guys so much for having
Thank
me.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Yay.
Nice.